I'm Mark Pitchers, wader wearing, tea drinking, beard trimming carp freak. I've been an angler for over 30 years and I've caught carp from waters far and wide, big and small. For me, it doesn't matter where, as long as the challenge is exciting and inspiring. But now the tables have turned and it's over to you, the public, to assign my next mission on Fox's Facebook page.
It's not exactly the easiest challenge, is it?
Rivers and lakes, rigs and baits.
You fell to the cat meat.
There's been a number of incredibly tough challenges during this series. Have you been drinking de-icer again? Some of which I've knocked out the park.
Challenge completed.
Others have dealt me a devastating blow. But I'm still here and ready to pick up any gauntlet that is thrown down. This carp freak is not giving up without a fight. This is the challenge. What's up, carp freaks, and welcome to challenge number 15, or as I like to call it, the one where Harry shows us his new tattoo. We'll be talking about that quite a bit this session, I think, Harry. Anyway, this suggestion came in from Andy Dakin, and it's called Hang Mark, which sounds a bit brutal, but he goes on to say, it is played exactly like the great game Hangman. However, Harry has to choose a word consisting of something carpy. Then, all Mark has to do over 48 hours is, after every fish caught, guess one letter. The challenge is completed when Mark guesses the word, or is alternatively hung by Harry. By some chance Mark doesn't get the word by the halfway mark, then Harry is allowed to give clues. So yeah, it's, I know I say this every time, but it isn't going to be easy. But my Scrabble skills are amazing, so I'm hoping that will put me in good stead for this challenge. And also I've picked a brilliant venue which I think is going to give me a great chance of passing the challenge. I am at the Mill Day Ticket Lake in Essex. It is a beautiful 3-acre lake with plenty of fish, up to just over 40 pounds. And when we got here a few moments ago, it was flat calm, there's fish all over the surface, and I can't wait to get started. So,
We've got our little clipboard with a bit of paper.
yeah,
And to play Hangman, you need some spaces for your letters.
yeah.
So let's go for it. Right.
Seven letters, eh?
Yep. 7.
And it's a carp. It is
so
actually carpy.
It is carpy. Yeah. So don't worry about that. It is definitely in the realms of carpiness. So yeah, I guess we better sort of get cracking.
I can't. Something like red mayo. No, that wasn't a guess.
So that's the base.
No, that wasn't.
It was a guess.
No, it wasn't a guess. I haven't caught anything yet. I can only guess when I've caught a fish, and that wasn't a guess.
It was a guess.
It was. I haven't even started. That wasn't actually a guess.
Was a guess.
It was just me speaking out aloud.
No, I'll take that as a guess. So we've got the base down anyway.
You know that wasn't a guess.
You know, like we say, I sort of make the rules on this thing. So yeah, we got the base. Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. There's loads of fish out there. So should we get going?
Well, if you are going to count it as a guess, put it. Not that I'm going to forget it, but just write red mayo and put a cross next to it.
Okay.
Not that I'm going to forget, but.
Right.
And it's not that one. I know that now. Yeah, cheers.
You want to start?
We already have.
Right. I don't know if you can see Mark in the background because he's quite a way away now, because I'm walking away so that he's not in earshot, so I can tell you guys what the word is and he doesn't know. So yeah, the 7-letter word is Cassian. Cassian as in the French lake, one of the most famous public lakes in the whole of Europe. Been around sort of on the carp scene since the 80s. Hopefully he hasn't heard that, I'm going to get back to him now, crack on with filming the challenge, and we will see how this one unfolds. Let's go.
So I'm just going for a walk. I'm going to do a lap of the lake, see if we can try and pinpoint where they are. I don't really need to go very far. I've just seen 2 fish show just here, just on the in front of these reeds where the wind's pushing onto. There's quite a few there. We'll walk a bit farther. I've got a bucket of floaters and a throwing stick. Temperatures now are in the high 20s, and if it wasn't for this wind, it'd be quite uncomfortable, really. I think for us and the carp. There's a few there. This is looking like it. There's a load of fish there. Oh yes. Our walk suddenly got a little bit faster. Oh, they're all over. This is the one. This is the one, definitely. So as we've come into this corner peg, it's just a little bit sheltered from that wind, and just sort of on that wind line, there's a lot of fish. So I'm just trickling in a few floating trout pellets now. Just trickling them upwind of where the fish are, rather than landing them right on the heads and risk spooking them. So these are going slightly upwind, allowing them to drift onto the fish. I know a lot of people would use a catapult in this situation, but I prefer a throwing stick. When you are feeding regularly through the day, then you can have breakages with a catapult. The elastic can snap, the pouch can break. It's getting a fair bit of use throughout a busy floater fishing session. So it saves on having to carry out repairs when the fish are really going. Also, if you are playing a fish, then with the throwing stick, you can then top up bait one-handed. All you need to do is just dip the stick into the bucket of pellets, and you can keep feeding the swim, whilst also playing the fish, to keep the fish interested in feeding in the area. There you go. See if I can amalgamate them and them, then that, and then that. That's the plan. That's what I'm doing, H.
Double hookups?
Yeah, double bubble, non-stop. Well, my plan to try and get them feeding in this calm water in front of me hasn't really worked. There is the odd one taking, but they do seem much more confident feeding in that ripple. I just put out a few sticks of floaters out there, and they're definitely happier feeding in that ripple. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to the van, get the rest of my stuff. This is where I want to be for now. So I'm going to go back, get the rest of the kit, and give them everything I've got, really. Bees. They're bees, they're not wasps. Probably just going to leave them alone, I think. They're agitated, aren't they? What's so fascinating about that stump to them? They seem quite happy. I haven't really got a lot to say. They seem quite happy though. They're not angry bees, are they? No. They're friendly bees. Yeah, I'm not a fan of bees. No? The only bees I like are boobies. I've just popped back to the van and brought my kit back, and I've brought a bucket of, it's like my floater spod mix. I've got the spod rod here, and my spod mix here, it's all coated in smoked salmon oil. It's a mixture of small floating trout pellet and cat biscuits, although the cat biscuit recipe must have changed since last summer because half of them now sink. Yep, more than half sink, but still, never mind, we'll put up with that. But also the smoked salmon oil will help create a flat spot out there, so I'll be able to see where the floaters are at all times to enable me to adjust my feed accordingly. So what I'm going to do now, the fish just there, what I'm going to do now is just spot out upwind of where the majority of these fish are, and allow them to drift on the breeze, and hopefully we'll get some sort of positive feeding response. So this has been a bit of a non-starter, really.
Well, it did sort of get started.
Not really.
Sort of. I mean, they did take a few and then it
Really?
finished. So it started and then it finished.
I wouldn't have even said it fully got started, so I'm going to say it was a non-starter. Well, have I got started? What would you call it then? Flop? I wouldn't say I flopped. I don't feel floppy.
No?
No, quite the opposite. I must have been trickling in floaters for over an hour now, and there's an odd brief spell where they'll take a few and then nothing, and this wind, it has changed. This was all calm water in front of me, and now it has changed slightly, but now over on the other side there does seem to be a bit of area of slack water. I'm just watching all the leaves and debris on the surface, and it's moving very slowly, and we can see the few dark shapes moving around over there. I haven't got the same buzz as when I first arrived in this peg. So I'm just going to walk over there. I'm just going to take some bait, spod rod, throwing stick, and see if we can get them feeding confidently over there.
In barren lands with sunburned skies, where hopes are lost and dreams have died, I feel it burn so deep inside. A tiny flame fills me with pride. That's why I'll wait for you forever. I'll wait. That's why I'll lead you. Never.
It's taken a while, but there has been a few fish starting to take interest. Oh,
Did you just get done?
just got done, yeah. I've just made my second cast, and yeah, I've just been done. That's frustrating. But no, there has been a few fish starting to take, not as many as I would like. I'm probably being a little bit impatient, to be honest, by casting out so soon. Oh, come on.
Did you just get done again?
Let's go down again. That was a decent fish. I say I'm getting done. That fish just came up and tried to take a floater and missed it. So I think a lot of the time when you think you're getting done, that they are just genuinely missing it and perhaps feeling a line on the face or something. There's one right near me now. Come on. I feel tense. Can you tell?
Yeah.
There's lots of awkward silences, isn't there, at the moment? I do feel tense. I don't know why it is, but with this one, I failed the last one. I think this would be 3 failures going into this challenge, isn't there?
Yeah.
I think that's why I feel tense.
You just feel like a failure.
I wouldn't go as far as that, but yeah, I can't fail this one. I just can't.
I mean, you can.
Yeah, because knowing you, your word you've picked, I'm trying to think of like carpy words. Knowing you, you've probably picked, I mean, do you even know what carpy is? I'm not sure. So, your word could be anything.
you should stay around here.
Yeah. Well, I said I'd give it 5-10 minutes, and if nothing happened, well, that's a bit annoying. Come back. That's quite annoying. Oh, has it come off? No. It's been so frustrating. The fish have just fed for such brief moments. You might get sort of half a dozen or more fish taking floaters. You think, oh, here we go, it's going to happen. And then it lasts for about 15 seconds and then stops. Thankfully, about half a dozen fish just started taking floaters, and when they did, my hook bait happened to be in the right place at the right time. This is a good fish. It's fighting like a good fish. It's not really doing a lot, it's just plodding around. Oh, oh, ping off the fin. Horrid, isn't it? Come on, fish. Oh, come on. This time. This time. This time. Oh, thank God for that. Oh, I feel relieved, really relieved. We're up and running. Let's have a look at him. That's a proper dark one, that. Black as your hat, as they say. He's awesome. Let's get the mat out and have a look at him. Yeah. I think this is the black mirror, I think it's called, this one.
Yeah.
How's about that then? Just weighed him and he's just under 19 pounds. Look at it, what a fish. Proper jet black. He's got a bit of a crinkle in the bottom lobe of his tail. Crinkly little pecs there. Ah, lovely fish, lovely fish. Over the moon with this one. And it's nice to get off the mark. I know there's a long way to go in this challenge, but right now I'm feeling quite positive. So I'm going to slip him back now, and there's quite a few fish still feeding out there. So hopefully we can get another one. I'll just put a bit of bait out, and I'd like to guess a letter, if I may.
Yes.
Right. Right, where's the board?
The board is behind you.
I see it, I see it. Okay, I think it makes sense to start with a vowel.
Yeah.
So, is there an A?
There is an A.
There is an A. Ooh, good start.
Yeah.
And what's
Second letter.
second letter? Do it in camera. Great. That wasn't a guess, but yeah, I know what you're like. Watch what I say now. Okay, good start.
Yeah. Right, back to fishing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
And feed.
Oh, I've just kicked a twig, like, and it was like facing up in my foot. Oh, that hurt. That really hurt. Oh. Oh, that really hurt. Oh, there's no way that little tattoo of yours hurt more than that. No way. Oh. How is that not bleeding? This one's angry. Well, that didn't take long. That was third cast. Oh, yay! He just sort of popped up, didn't he? Oh, yes! Another proper jet black. Oh. Yes! Now we're rocking. Happy with that. Right, get some more floaters out. Leave him there for a bit. Like I said, the margins are really deep, so he's okay there for a minute or two. I'll put some more floaters out. Well, when I upload this pic to Instagram later, I will be spoilt for choice when it comes to descriptive words. I would say gnarly will be top of the list, prehistoric, battle scarred, dinosaur, warrior. I'll probably just end up using all of them, actually. That'll be the thing to do. But he is a beaut, isn't he? In his own way. He's not a banger by any means. I say he's a beaut. He's more of a brute than a beaut. An old brute. Black as your hat. Proper character fish. Character. He's got bags of character, this one. He's got a underslung mouth. Wrinkly. I'm going on too much now, aren't I?
Yeah, wrap it up.
Either way, it's fish number 2. I get to pick another letter and the session's going quite well. Okay, second fish, second letter. Is there, do I go with a vowel or a consonant? I'll go with another vowel. Is there an E?
Yes.
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 Where is this E?
The E is the second from last letter. Yeah, there.
Right.
Wow, doing well.
I am, yeah.
I mean, they are the most two.
Yeah, obviously.
obvious
Yeah,
letters to
but
pick, so it gets harder from now.
now I'm trying to think what letters can,
Fit.
yeah, you know, consonants and what would come after, what's likely to come on. I'll Google it. What letter is most likely to come after an E? I'm going to Google. I'm not joking, I am going to Google it. Ooh! Right, I see.
I see.
No. Interesting.
Yeah.
Screen grab that. Well, after that second fish, there's not a great deal happening in this swim now. But in the last 5 or 10 minutes, the wind has started to drop. It's after 8 o'clock now. The breeze has dropped down, and already I've seen quite a few fish in the swim that I was originally. So I think that's where I want to be tonight. There was a lot of fish there today. That's where I want to be tonight. But also I think there's a good chance of nabbing another one off the top before it gets dark. So I'm going to make my way around there, get a barbecue on, and try for one more fish before dusk. So here we are in our original spot, and although the wind has died off, I put out a few spods of floaters and there's been no feeding response at all. But what I have noticed is a few fish underneath this bush to the left of the swim, just down this left-hand margin. The bush is actually quite overhanging and the bank does go back in quite a way, but there's quite a few fish right on the edge here as well. What I've done, I've just dropped in a hinge stiff rig with a white Odyssey pop-up. But to avoid spooking any fish that are there, I've cast it probably 10-15 yard past where I'm actually fishing, reeled it along the surface, and then once it's where I want to drop it, just lowered the lead down. Kind of how I've been doing with the floater fishing as well, really casting out them bubble floats beyond the fish and then reeling it in, pretty much the same sort of way. So I've dropped a hinge stiff rig in there. All I'm doing now is just dropping in a few baits over the top. There's a fish there now. I don't want to start throwing baits right on its head. Fish is just showing in front of me as well, just 10-15 yard out. There's definitely fish here. So yeah, I think we're definitely in the right place for tonight. Bite me then, I dare you. Just land on me then. No. No.
How can they be biting you and not biting me?
Because you're tattoo. I think you're too hard.
I think you're too soft. They're not actually biting you.
They are! Were you gutted the next day with that tattoo?
No,
Really?
not at all.
Really?
Not at all.
Were you bullied into doing it, or did you just do it on your own free will?
No, I did it on my own free will.
Really?
Yes.
Did you pick it?
Yes.
No, you never. Not a chance did you pick that.
I helped. Well, it wasn't one that you picked off the wall. We had it designed.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
You will get one when you get a midlife crisis.
I'm already having one.
What are you doing with your midlife crisis?
I just wear my hats back to front. That's it, really. It's quite... it's quite a subtle one.
You wear snapbacks
Yeah,
and wear them back to front.
yeah. That's it. Full on midlife crisis. So all three rods are now in place. We've just had a barbecue, and I do feel pretty knackered, to be honest. It's been a busy day, really, and that's how it should be when you floater fishing. You should always be on the move and always baiting and feeding and trying to find the fish. So it does keep you active. But the rods are on the bottom for tonight. All three are on my favourite version of the hinge stiff rig with a doubled over section of rigidity. I've got two rods baited with white Odyssey XXX pop-ups and one's on a yellow Northern Special pop-up. And all three rods are fished over about 30 to 40 just Odyssey freezer baits. There has been a few fish showing in this corner, all at short range. All three rods are just underarm flicks. So yeah, there has been fish here. I'm quietly confident of a fish tonight, although the way I see it, anything caught during the hours of darkness would be a bit of a bonus, because I do see this challenge being won on surface tactics. But yeah, anything during the darkness will be very much appreciated, so fingers crossed that does happen. It's so hard, isn't it, floater fishing though, and drinking tea. You can't do both, can you? If you're floater fishing and drinking tea, you're doing it badly, aren't you, really? But if you are floater fishing and catching and drinking tea, then basically you're a god. There is... I've never been able to do it.
No.
I've never seen anyone do it.
No.
It's been spoke about, but I don't think it's possible. There's no time for tea when you're floater fishing. It's the only time when it is acceptable to be lax on the tea drinking, isn't it, really? No time for tea. Right, so you're decaffing it, yeah?
Well, not out of choice.
Well, you have a choice. Your choice is go back to the van, get your own tea bags, or have decaf. And you chose to have my tea bags, which tastes like ass.
Do you not like them anymore?
Nope.
No? Why not?
This tastes of dust. Oh,
Oh, we're smoking.
oh, this is bad.
What, you haven't got them?
No, I've got them, but there's been a disinfectant lemon
I can smell it.
antibacterial baby wipe thing
smell it.
inside the tea bags,
Why?
and now they all smell of lemon.
Oh.
Might make them better. Why the hell was it inside there? That was an error. That'll be all right. Try yours. It's quite lemony. It's quite antibacterial,
Is it actually?
disinfectant wipey.
Why did you have a disinfectant wipe in your tea
I don't know.
bags?
I don't know why it was there. I don't know how it got there. Someone put it there deliberately.
Pass me
It's quite
mine.
refreshing. It's made it taste better. Who'd have thought a disinfectant wipe would make it
I'm
taste
not
better?
Sure.
I was looking forward to that, bro. Now all my tea bags taste of lemon fresh Jif disinfectant wipes, which is Dettol, I think. It does. It's getting more lemony. I've still got the bag in.
Yeah, yeah.
I've got another box of tea bags in
Oh,
the
have
bag.
you?
Mm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're gonna.
I think I'll just get rid of that because that tastes too lemony. Don't get me wrong, I like lemons. Oh well, that was me one and only cup of tea today. And managed about 4 sips.
It went really well.
Yeah. Well, good morning. Just having my first brew of the day. And I know last night I said if I was to catch anything, it would be a nice bonus. But really, I was actually very confident. I just didn't want to let on. I had fish showing over all 3 rods. I had liners through the night. But nothing happened. So that was a bit of a kick in the teeth, really. But I have just spotted out a few floaters. It's just gone 6 o'clock and the fish are already fairly willing for taking them. They're not going mad by any means, but it's certainly looking promising for the day ahead. There's fish taken there now. So yeah, hopefully these are going to start pack-manning and we can get these bottom rods in, get fishing on the top again and get the 3rd fish and hopefully 3rd letter on the board. One fish took 1 floater. Why? What's the point? What's the point in just having one? Like having 1 cup of tea. Pointless. You don't have 1 cup of tea. It's like, yeah. You have 1 cup of tea and immediately get the kettle back on for another cup of tea. Oh, come on. Let's not start today like it ended yesterday. Go mad for 10 seconds and then stop. Well, in the past 15-20 minutes the breeze has picked up and since then I've not seen a great deal on the surface at all. So while all is quiet, I just thought I'd go through the floater setup I'm using in a bit more detail. Starting with the main line, I'm using 15-pound surface, which as the name suggests is a dedicated floater fishing line. It's low diameter, very, very supple, so it casts small floats beautifully, and perhaps most importantly, it floats. Obviously you don't want to use a sinking main line when fishing on the surface. If you're using a sinking main line, if you have a fish feeding there, then they can get caught up in the main line, which obviously will spook them if it gets caught around the fins or on the body. And also that would make it difficult to control the float and mend the line and get the float and hook bait presented naturally. Coming down from that, we have the float itself. And I use the bolt bubbles in the extra large size. This is pretty much the only size I really use them in. Now it might seem a bit excessive using such a large float, especially if I'm fishing at close quarters. But let's just say the fish were feeding at say 20 yards range. A large float would enable me to cast well beyond them feeding fish and then retrieve it very, very slowly and almost sneak the bait in amongst them feeding fish, so that they don't even know that a rig has been placed there. Also, they get the name bolt bubble for a reason, the big float has superb bolt effect properties, especially when used with a short hook link like I'm using here. It's less than 2 feet, it's about 20 inches long. So that small, short hook link in conjunction with a heavy float really does maximise the bolt effect, and takes can be quite explosive. The hook link is 12-pound zig and floater, and then that goes down to a size 10 zig and floater hook, barbless for this venue. And the hook bait is presented, I guess you'd call it KD style, simply by doing a knotless knot, whipping down the shank 7 or 8 turns, kicking the hair out, and then whipping below it another 7-8 turns. So the hook bait is presented very close to the shank. That way, when a fish is viewing it from below and looking up, the hook, the silhouette of the hook is masked by the silhouette of the bait itself. And the bait, I'm just using a soft hookable floating pellet. I've also got a little bit of silicone, fine hook silicone over the eye there. That just ensures that the gape is kept wide at all times to ensure maximum hooking potential. Although these hooks do have a slight outturn eye, when using a mono hook link, it can come in slightly, whereas if you look there, the gape is kept perfectly wide, so it should catch hold much easier. And that's it. As you can see, it's really, really simple. And it's worked for me so far. I just hope it's going to work for me a few more times yet. You might be wondering why I've just chucked my spod rod in the tree. The gulls were being a little bit annoying a minute ago, and whenever the gulls have been diving, the fish haven't been feeding at all. So all I've done, I have just taken my spod off and put on a lead, cast it over towards the far bank, and just put the rod in the tree with the tip really high, so the braid is now running through the swim, and it's completely put the gulls off. There's no gulls here at all now. I've got the orange braid running through the air, and yeah, they don't like it one bit, and they've gone. So now I can feed without the gulls dive bombing the swim, and yeah, hopefully the carp will come back. Again, one took a couple, and then now, at any other lake you wouldn't have even made a cast, would you? No. One fish took a floater, yeah, I'll cast at it. You wouldn't do it. You can get one right in its path, they do seem happy to take it. Apart from that one, she completely ignored it. Yeah, it was my own fault that for trying to set that one up.
Yeah.
Come on. This is it. This is it.
Yeah, I'm struggling to think of a challenge that's been as frustrating as this.
They go mad for a bit, then they just stop. They're just not feeding, are they? They're just not behaving as you'd expect them to behave. I know it's hot. Well, there isn't even that many fish cruising around, is there? Not that many. And then when they do decide to take a floater, they'll literally take 3 or 4 and then stop. So I've just got both rods out on zigs.
Oh, oh, oh! What? Oh, you got properly done then.
I'm not using the zig aligners, which is what I would normally favour for my zig fishing.
Oh, that was Europe bait as well. Huh? That was Europe bait as well.
Here I'm using trimmed down artificial like floater hook baits. So I just wanted something blatant in the face that they could kind of home in on. And that's why I'm using these duo floating hook baits in like a creamy colour. But I did get done a couple of times. I saw a few boils on the surface, and yeah, I definitely got picked up and rejected. So I've just shortened them down now, and they are just under the surface. I reckon they are within 2 or 3 inches under the surface. So it's on a fairly tight line to a 4-ounce lead. So when they pick that up, they should be hooked pretty instantly, hopefully. So all that's left to do now really is that the traps are set. So I know I said getting the kettle on and drinking tea makes you a bad floater angler, but
You're not floater fishing now?
no, I'm 2 inches under the surface.
Yeah.
So it's time for tea. Yeah. I'll tell you what's a massive edge on a day like today. I might not be catching a lot, but I've only gone and got a fridge in the back of my van. So who's the winner there? Look at that. And I've gone and nicked the kids' Capri Suns. That's a big edge, isn't it? I just had the engine on actually to see what the temperature is. 31 degrees. Ugh, that's it. He actually looks like how I feel right now, I'd say. That facial expression is very similar to mine. Like confused, doesn't know whether to like smile or frown or be happy or be sad. That's pretty much where I'm at. I actually do think this is the most frustrating one yet, you know. They just have no desire to feed whatsoever. So frustrating just putting floaters out again and again and again and just watching them drift underneath them with absolutely no interest whatsoever in taking one. If it's too warm, I mean, it's over 30 degrees. The fish are cruising, but there's no interest at all. There's so many fish out there. There's plenty of fish, plentyoffish.com. They're just not having it at all. Unlike on the real plentyoffish.com, where they're always having it. If this works, that will be an act of the carp gods, that will. Rebaiting that rod and the hair snapped, and the only ready tied rigs I had were on the lighter line and a little bit of a different hair arrangement, hooking arrangement, rather than being tight to the shanks, a little bit of separation. So it could have been an act of the carp gods to snap the hair on the KD style ones on the heavier hook link, making me change.
If you do catch one, it would
Definitely the carp gods, nothing else. Well, that just took something. I can't see any floaters, but that one definitely took something. I saw its mouth. So I've just walked a little way down the bank now, and there's quite a few fish just in front of these bulrushes and reeds, just a couple of rod lengths from the bank. And I've not introduced any free offerings at all. I just made one cast, and every now and then I see a pair of lips come up, so there must be the odd float that's just drifted in this corner over the course of the day. So yeah, it's almost desperation tactics really, just casting out a single hook bait, just hoping one of them makes a mistake. Well, I don't believe it. I said it was a bit of a gamble, just casting about a single hook bait on the surface, and gamble's paid off. Well, it will pay off if it goes in the net. You can feel it grating through a bit of weed. It doesn't. Ooh, it feels horrible. Well, there we go. It's free.
Is that still that light hook link?
Yes, it is. Yeah. Yeah, this was the one that the carp gods made me tie up. I'm not sure it's still on. I think there's that much weed there. I can't tell if anything's kicking or not. I think it's free. I've either just got a massive ball of weed on, or like now I've got nothing on and the hook's just pulled. Oh no, it hasn't. It's just pulled free of the weed. That's it. Now we're in contact with the fish. There's no weed on it or anything now. It's free. Ooh. That was a bit hairy, wasn't it? Where's the bank end? Get in. Please get in. Yes, we've got him. I didn't think it was going to happen tonight, you know. The sun's starting to drop now in the sky, and I thought I'm going to go into tonight without having caught a fish all day. And just casting around a single hook bait. Oh, I'm so relieved. I'll be even more relieved if I can guess the next letter right. This could all be in vain, couldn't it really? This could all be for nothing.
Could be. But you reckon you've got an idea?
I reckon I've got an idea of what it is. I've literally gone through every carp-related word in my head that could fit.
Awesome. Well done.
Thanks, mate.
Right. Leave it there for a sec, get sorted, and job's a good one.
Right, before we get him out, actually, I need to a wardrobe change.
What?
A wardrobe change.
You're not white. Oh.
Here we go. Ta-da! Oh no, you need that to complete the look. Oh yeah.
So why? I don't understand.
Well, this is the look, isn't it? I mean, this is for your catch shots. That is the look. Bucket hat, I guess not better. Bucket hat and shades. Even if it isn't sunny, still wear them.
Why haven't you been wearing them all the time?
Because I look a total penis. Don't. You'll look at me now thinking, what a penis. But imagine, yeah, now complete penis. But oh my God, he's carpy. Yeah.
Well, let's see then.
Yeah.
Get it out.
Well, today has been a monumental struggle, but I finally got one after trying all day. And as I say on Instagram, that is a little banger. Lovely, half linear, really dark fish, proper character. Over the moon with this one, especially after it was so hard earned, I feel. Would have thought just casting around a single floater was the way to nab a bite. But like I said before, it could all be in vain. It could all be for nothing. And if I get this next letter wrong, then I'm no further forward. So I'm slipping back. The sun is setting, but I think there's a chance of another bite yet. I really do. So I want to slip him back, and we'll see if I can guess the next letter. I've just put that fish back, and the fish have pushed out of that corner, so I've just moved around the bank a little bit more, and I'm sort of about halfway between where I caught that fish and where I fished last night. But before I do anything else, Harry, I get to guess a letter.
You do?
Now, before I guess this letter, it was suggested that at the halfway stage, which we are well past now, by the way, if I'm struggling, which I sort of am, then I can have a clue to help me out.
But you do think that you've got the answer.
Well, I might not
You
have.
think you know the answer.
Yeah, I do, but I might not have. I would still like a clue.
And also, Andy, who suggested the challenge, I know he said that on his challenge, but he actually emailed me and said, "Oh, don't go too easy on Mark."
Why would he do that? Hang on, he made his suggestion. That was his chat. That was his time to shine, wasn't it? Really, that was his moment. That was his moment. So he's done all that. He's had his suggestion picked. He's got 50 quid worth of goodies out of it. Why change it? He's another Phil Scarrett, isn't he? That's who he is. Another Phil Scarrett.
What sort of a clue would you want? How about you have got one question and it's a yes or no answer.
Okay.
That sort of a clue. I'm not going to give you it now.
Why? It'll help me to decide my letter.
No, you've got to give me a letter first.
It said halfway stage. We're hours past halfway.
Yeah, well, that's not my fault. It's yours.
Well, okay. Well, I think I've literally gone through every possible carp-related word in my head that can fit them spaces. And I've also turned to Google to ask me what letters are most likely to follow and precede these letters. And I've took it quite serious actually, because I also worked out the percentage of what letters come like second and second from last and what have you. And an A isn't actually a common second letter apparently. So going on percentages of what letters should follow other letters. Very long-winded this.
Yeah.
Can I have an N?
An N?
An N.
Yeah. Yeah, you know it.
Really, is it an N? Okay, well tell me where the N goes, because I think I know it, but...
Where do you want to
No!
Last.
Yeah!
You know it, I can't believe it. I actually can't believe you know it.
Can I have my yes no now? Because this will tell me if I know it or not.
No!
You said I could ask a question.
Yeah, okay. Yes, you can. You still got to catch another fish to guess.
Yeah. Okay, well, okay.
Okay, what's your
This
yes, no
might help
question?
me clear things up. I'm not saying this will help me say if it's what I want, but it'll help clear things up. Is it a venue or place?
Yes. Oh my god. Literally, you just need to catch another fish now. I cannot believe. Oh, I thought it was really good. Oh,
I might be wrong still. I really might be wrong. If I had one more question, I could 100% get it.
Okay, well, you're not going to have another question. Right, do you want to get fishy?
Yeah. Well, any other water, this would be absolutely prime time for them going absolutely mental off the top. I've put in floaters and there's just no signs of life at all. Also, there's no signs that they're feeding on the bottom. So what I'm going to do is for tonight I'm just going to switch over onto zigs. I've had a plumb around. It's about 12 foot deep, so I don't imagine the fish dropping down 12 foot and feeding. They certainly didn't last night, so I think they're going to be in them top few feet still. So I'm going to set my zigs to be fished at sort of 9 foot, 10 foot, and we'll see how we go. I say it every time, but I'm quite confident of getting a fish on a zig tonight. After seeing so little activity on the bottom, I think them fish are just going to be suspended within the water through the night. So yeah, I think there's every chance we could sneak one out.
Oh,
Your light is attracting every fly from... I've got a fly in my eye.
You don't.
My eye.
The more you itch it, the worse it'll be.
My eye tells me I do have something in it.
No,
I think my eye knows I've got something in it,
It
better
doesn't.
than you know I've got
it
something in
doesn't.
it.
Sometimes your eyes can play tricks on you.
Did your eyes play tricks on you when you got that tattoo? Well, it isn't long since I last spoke to you. I don't think I've been asleep, I think just a few minutes. And one of the rods let out a few beeps, bobbin had tightened up. I'm not even sure what's going on. Have we just got weed or is there fish there? I can't even tell. Oh, there's the fish, it's behind it. There's a weed there. Oh, that's horrid. I'll have to try and get that weed off the... The fish is about 15 feet past this ball of weed. That is coming in horribly. I'm gonna have to handline it in, I think. That's a bream. It's a bream on a zig. It's a big bream. Oh, I can't believe it. I said it didn't. I said it felt a bit weird. I couldn't really tell what was going on. There was that much weed on the line. I couldn't tell what was happening. It's a big bream, isn't it? Oh. Well, that's not really what I had in mind. Ah, no. No. Well, for a moment, I thought I'd passed this challenge. I really wasn't expecting this. I mean, he's gnarly. He's a gnarly old bream. I'll give him that. I mean, he's quite big as well. He's probably just over £10, I think, just into double figures, I would say. But I thought I had it in the bag. I had so much weed on the line. I was just bringing that big ball of weed. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't expect this. That's just cruel, isn't it? Oh. Right, come on, let's get back at it.
In barren lands with sunburned skies, where hopes are lost and dreams have died, I feel it burn so deep inside. A tiny flame fills me with pride. That's why I'll wait for you forever.
Well, good morning. It is just gone 6:30 and nothing's happened through the night other than that bream. I was so confident in them zigs as well, I really was. But I've been awake for a couple of hours now, spotting out floaters and sticking them out, but there's just nothing. There's nothing cruising around. I mean, temperatures last night, it didn't drop below 19 degrees last night. I would have thought as soon as the sun started to climb, they'd be straight up. But there's nothing. One fish took 4 floaters and that's it. I've hardly seen anything cruising about at all. So I am left in a little bit of a quandary, really. There is nothing in the rules that say I can't change venue. I don't know whether to stick it out here. I mean, we've got less than 7 hours of this challenge remaining, which sounds a long time, but if today is anything like yesterday, then it isn't going to be long enough. How much time can I give it before we need to move? I'm going to have a bit of a pack down now, get all the unnecessary bits of kit in the van, just leave out the bare essentials and have a think. Is it time to move on somewhere else?
I'll wait for you. I'll wait for.
Well, I really wasn't feeling it here at all. I've seen one fish take 3 or 4 floaters and that's been it. The wind's really picked up now. It's probably the strongest it's been since we've been here. And I just think if we stayed, then the only chance I would have would be in the evening. We just haven't got that long. So the van is loaded and I'm going to head off to another venue to try and salvage the challenge from there. Now I'm not overly familiar with day ticket waters in Essex, but there is one place that immediately sprung to my mind. I've never fished it before, but I understand it is a prolific water, so let's go there because this has been an absolute ball breaker and I just want to get another fish and get this challenge in the bag. So we're now about half an hour from where we were previously. We are at Parr Lakes in Brentwood, home of vajazzles, pajazzles, tans, teeth and but we're not after any of those things. What we are after is one carp, just one carp, that's all I want. And then as far as I'm concerned, this challenge is wrapped up in the bag, done and dusted. Well, I've been spodding floaters out for about 20 minutes now, and although it's quite overcast and cool, there's a stiff breeze. We also had a thunderstorm as well earlier, but despite all that, the fish have started taking. I think what kicked them off was all the bird life suddenly descended. There was gulls and coots and a load of their chicks and some baby ducks over there as well. And I think when they were tearing around, snapping up all the floaters, I think that activity encouraged the carp in the area and got them investigating the food as well. On the mill, the bird life definitely had a knock-on effect, whereas here it seems to have worked in my favour. If I was wanting to discourage the ducks, the old rod up in the air with the braid running along the surface, that wouldn't work. It works with seagulls, where they're flying around obviously just above the water and they see the braid and they don't like it, whereas the ducks just swim in under and around it. But to be honest, I don't really want to discourage them because, like I said, that it's definitely helped. There's a seagull diving now and a coot, and there's fish taken right in amongst them. It's looking good. It is looking good. Well, my reasons for setting up in this swim was it was on the back of the wind, and my plan was to drift floaters on the breeze, and the bigger the drift, or the more water those floaters cover, potentially the more fish you're going to attract. Now, where these floaters have ended up is it's probably closer to a swim to my left. We're quite lucky that there's no other anglers booked on the lake today. There's just 2 other people fishing and they're down the other end of the lake. So I know there's no other anglers coming. So what I'm going to do now, I'm packing up, I'm going to move around there, and it's a nice short cast, probably about 45 yards to where the fish are. And hopefully this is it. This is it. There's quite a few fish taken, so fingers crossed. A few fish taken out there now. So here we go, let's make the first cast. Just as before, cast it well past where they're feeding and just slowly retrieve it on the line that you want to bring it back on, so you can sneak it right in amongst those feeding fish. Well, that didn't take long. I wasn't expecting anything that quick. Oh. My heart's pounding. There's quite a few trees that go under the water here, branches. I'm keeping the rod down low. Where is he? Oh, he's just down here. Come on, come on. I wasn't expecting anything that quick. What was that, 10 seconds? Once again, you'll have seen how the bolt bubble did its job. There was no doubt at all whether it got the hook bait or not. Explosion on the surface. You saw the line just tighten up and the clutch start to fizz. Here it is. This one for the win. This one for the win. Yes! Can I guess now?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Is it Cassian?
Yes, it is. Cassian. I can't believe you knew it that early.
I knew it after the 2 vowels.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, did you what, straight away? Or did it
Oh no, it took me ages of literally going through every carp-related word that would fit in there. No, I didn't know it straight away. I just sat with a clipboard, tried to work out what could possibly go there. And the only word I came up with was Cassian.
Well,
I'll be a pass then.
yeah, I mean, Andy Dakin, he did say I shouldn't go easy on you.
It hasn't been easy, has it?
Well, I think going to a new venue and getting one first chuck was pretty easy.
Well,
So-
no, easy would have been going to an easy water to begin with. That would have been easy. We could have done it on a match venue or an absolute runs water. We could have done it there from the start, but we didn't. We kept true to the challenge.
Well,
And
I'm not sure we did keep true to the challenge because we've changed venues.
there's nothing to say. You suggested it as well. You suggested it.
Yeah, I suggested it with having in mind that, okay, you've guessed the word, well done.
Yeah.
But in my eyes, and I think in everyone else's eyes, you haven't passed it until you spell the word, until you get all of the letters. Once you've got all of the letters, I will let you pass.
No, God, no.
Come on, you've got about 2 hours fishing left. You've just got to get the rest of the letters. So what, you'll have a C for this one.
No, I'm gonna have an S because there's 2 of them.
Okay, you can have an S then.
Doesn't make any odds, does it, really? But
No. And then you need 2 more fish.
I mean, it's still a pass, though, isn't it? Really.
No. And Andy
So you're saying I
Davis-
haven't passed?
No.
I like seriously though. I actually haven't.
Andy said, don't go easy on him. So he basically said, Harry, you can change the rules. That's what he said, effectively. That's what he meant.
I think you're taking the mick a bit, like, but right, come on then.
Let's have a look at
Oh, I feel deflated now. I was all up and now I'm down here again. Yeah, let's get the unhook him out and have a look at him. So this is the fish I thought had just passed me the challenge until Harry changed the rules. But yeah, very lean common of around maybe £11. There isn't a great deal of fish feeding out there, so I don't know. Hopefully we'll get another chance. We'll just have to wait and see. Right, let's get him slipped back. Right underneath these trees. Ooh, dragonfly. Look at that. He wants in on the action. That could be your next tattoo. Have a dragonfly on your hand. Oh, he's gone. He's gonna come back. Come on, go on that hand. Ah, there you go. Right. There you go, mate. You can just go down there for now. There you go.
He really likes you.
Oh, look at him. I like him. Very distracting though. I'm not paying any attention to the fish at all. We've been ready for the net about 4 times. Come on. There. Now we've got him. Yes. Oh, it's one step closer. But before we look at the fish, I need to get some more bait out there. I haven't seen anything taking any floaters because I don't think there's any floaters left. Well, this one's a little bit bigger, he's about 12 pound. And we've got about an hour of this challenge remaining. Easy. But there is still fish feeding out there. Well juggled. So I think there's every chance. Okay, you can go back. Right, Harry, will you allow me my penultimate letter, please?
Yes.
I think I'll have a vowel.
Yeah.
I would like an I.
You may.
Thank you.
Have an I. Yes.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you very much. ASEAN is what it spells at the moment. So we need that C badly.
Yeah.
Badly. Yes! Is that a pass?
Yeah, I'll give it. Yeah.
Oh. Yes. Yeah. Right. Well, it's been 3 episodes, 12 months since my last pass. So to do it now, it feels absolutely brilliant. It's been tough going. We could have done this on an easy runs water, real heavily stocked venue. We could have done this challenge quite easily within probably a 24-hour period or less, but I didn't want to do it that way. We started off on Essex Carp Syndicates Day Ticket Lake, a small pressured venue with fish to over 40 pound, and it can be tricky, as we found out. And then we moved on to here, Par Fisheries, where we had just 4 hours of the challenge remaining. It took a while to get the fish feeding, and when I nailed one within seconds of making that first cast, I thought it was in the bag until Harry shafted me, and not for the first time either. So to actually do it now, after that little rule change, feels even more sweeter, I think. Right, we need to slip him back, and then Harry's going to hand me the clipboard. I'm going to put the final letter in its place and make it all official. So Harry,
Yeah.
let's finish this. I would like a C.
You are allowed a C.
Thank you very much. And there we go.
There you go, let's see it.
Cassian.
Cassian.
Lac de Saint Cassian. That's
Yeah.
ultra carpy water in the south of France. Somewhere I've never fished, would love to one day. If I'm honest, I actually thought that was quite easy. Not the fishing wasn't easy, but I think you were quite soft on me with that, considering I guessed it when there was just 2 vowels on the page. I mean, look at that. All we've got on here is a base, which you cheated on, really. The base, you cheated with the base, so that's payback, really, I think. If it was me doing that, I'd have picked a much longer word, something really tricky. I'd have picked a venue overseas that I couldn't even pronounce, let alone spell. So, but yeah, you tried. But I think all that's left for me to say is thank you very much, Andy Dakin, for a great challenge suggestion. Sorry Harry let you down on this one, but until next time, stay carpy and we'll see you soon.